Hello there, this is West Yorkshire Sport, BBC Radio Leeds, and Leeds United are looking for yet another head coach after the sacking of Uwe Rosler. After 11 championship games in charge, Leeds have won 2, drawn 5 and lost 4 of those games. It puts them 18th in the championship as it stands. Adam Pope, our Leeds United commentator, here with me, Katherine Hannah. How big a surprise is this news today, Adam?
Surprise with the timing, because just 2 weeks ago, Massimo Cellino said he was fully backing Uwe Rosler. If he had the choice of picking him again from all the candidates that came forward the job, he would do so. Not surprised that he's done it, because this is him reverting to type, Katherine. This will be, or the next person will be the 6th permanent appointment, if you allow Redfern twice, since Cellino came in 18 months ago.
As you say, it seems to directly contradict what he said to you a couple of weeks ago. So what's changed in that time?
Well, there's been 3 straight defeats, of course, in the last few weeks, but they weren't concerning him. Cellino said, this is the sort of team it'll win to, it'll lose to, it'll draw to. So I don't think too much has changed there. I just wonder if it's come down to certain things, realising this squad is now so light. You've got Charlie Taylor injured, you've got Liam Cooper injured, certainly for the foreseeable future. And when you look at the rest behind them, they've either not been used or they're not good enough. And I wonder if he thought, right, I need some more players. That hasn't happened. That might have been the breaking point. But overall, the strategy was in place to get promotion next season. But Cellino has ripped up the plan again.
It's only been a couple of hours since this news broke, so have you had an opportunity yet to speak to either Uwe Rosler or Massimo Cellino to get a bit more detail?
Yeah, I've tried Massimo to see if he'd say anything. At this stage, nothing. With Uwe, all he could say was that he's confirmed that he's left the club and that it's with the League Managers Association. I understand that Julian Darby and Rob Kelly, his coaches, have been placed on garden leave as well.
How badly does all of this reflect on Leeds United as a football club? 5 managers now sacked under Cellino's reign, most of them dispatched quickly. Leeds United is becoming a bit of a joke as regards to the number of managers or head coaches that have been appointed now, aren't they?
Well, it is. It's the big top gets erected at Ellen Road again, and it's the circus has come to town. It continues. You cannot continue to run a football club in this way. Stability is key. He always says to Massimo that in Italy my only recourse was to sack a coach. It doesn't work here, we know that, but he's gone and done it again, and he's flown completely in the face of what he said just a couple of weeks ago. And this is what makes it harder to take. What is the plan? If your plan was to grow again and tell the fans, let's be realistic, it's going to be next year, get all the finances in order, then fine. It's not easy to take, but then to rip that plan up again and go with it with another coach who, if it is Steve Evans, Katherine, because he took training today, his reputation is built on keeping Rotherham up, not taking a club into the Premier League.
Well, that's it. We have heard that Steve Evans is taking training at Elland Road today or at Thorpe Arch today. How likely is it that he will be the next coach of Leeds United?
Well, when you consider that all the coaching staff have gone, if you like, from the first team coaching staff, and that Steve Evans was there on hand to go into Thorpe Arch this morning, then it looks like that it could well be him. We're not saying it will be, but it does look like the stars have aligned for him at this stage. But I don't know how fans will take that. We remember the sombrero and Steve Evans, who seemed to do nothing but talk about Leeds United at every press conference last season. So he's obviously won. I mean, it's the biggest job he'll ever get, clearly, if he does get it. But what he's got to do, if it's him or anybody else, is certainly sort out a defence that's been leaking goals. Out of the game badly, haven't they, at the moment, and instill a bit of confidence into a squad as well at the moment.
He's one of those managers, and we are talking ifs, buts and maybes at the moment because nothing has been confirmed by Leeds United at this stage. But if Steve Evans does get the job, is he one of those managers that other clubs love to hate, but when he's actually in charge of your club, there's no denying he's got passion for the job that he does, and that he would bring maybe the little bit of needle back to Leeds United that perhaps they've been missing in recent months?
I think you can make a good argument for that he's got that sort of ebullient character, arms waving. I remember seeing the picture of him running down the touchline at Wembley when Rotherham were promoted, and parts of his body were hanging out that we didn't really want to see. But I'd say a more bullish approach might be what some players need, but also you've got to be careful that it might not be the approach that some younger players want or need. So you've got a difficult dressing room at Leeds United at the moment. I think there's 1 or 2 characters in there that have got far too much or given far too much credence or belief in themselves than their talent deserves, and I think that's an issue, and he's going to have to get on top of that, because I think it could be that dressing room is the make or breaking of certain managers at the moment.
Finally, is there anybody else in the frame for the job? As always, the rumour mill goes into overdrive. I've heard all sorts of names, including the likes of Harry Redknapp being talked about today. Have you heard anything else?
I've not heard anything else. There's been a whirlwind in the last couple of hours, so I don't know. The only thing I can say is that Steve Evans was there at Thorpe Arch today. But then, of course, the bookies will be having a heyday at the moment. They won't be short of offers. I mean, I've had people ringing me saying, "Can't believe it, get me in there." But hey, you know.
Never a dull moment, eh? The roller coaster continues. Leeds United travel to Fulham on Wednesday night. We will be there. Anything could happen. You'll be able to hear it if you can't make your way down to Craven Cottage. Exclusive FM commentary, 92.4 FM. Freeview channel 719. All BBC Radio Leeds frequencies. The build-up will start on West Yorkshire Sport from 6 o'clock on Wednesday. And don't forget to join us tonight for the Monday football panel. You can chip in and have your say on what you make of the latest Leeds United news as the managerial merry-go-round continues. We'll be back from 6 o'clock tonight. Join us then if you can.